read it everywhere you go. If people don't want the books, they just want to download. But here's the thing, we have to read our books. We're going to be held accountable for not reading these. All these great SDA authors, that's fine, but if you haven't read the books you were told to read, you really need to start reading these books. Okay, on page 62, and not just read them one time, because I've had people say, oh, I've read those. And I asked them how many times. Once. She says over and over and over. Just like a movie, you go see it the second time. We don't go as Seventh-day Adventists see movies, but when I was in the world, I did. Or even if you're watching a documentary or something, that's good. You don't remember something the second time. When you watch it the first time and you see it the second time, you say, I don't remember that in the first time. It's the same with the books. Okay, it says, we have come to a time when every member of the church should take hold of medical missionary work. Are you a member of the church?
Amen.
Are you a member? I'm just asking for the recorder's sake. Amen. Are you a member? Members? I'm a member. Every member should take hold of medical missionary work. Yes, brother.
And 7 testimony, what page was it?
61. 62, paragraph 1.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. What is the number one cause of death?
Drug medication.
Okay, how do you know that? If somebody asks you, could you show them?
100,000 every year.
Okay, let's see. Actually, more. It says more deaths. This is Second Selected Messages, page 450, paragraph 2. And for those who don't like Second Selected Messages, let me tell you what is the original it came from. It came from How to Live, number 3, pages 49 through 64. 450, paragraph 2, we are told more deaths have been caused by drug taking than from all other causes combined. That means from all world wars. They said just alone, the medication of cholesterol has killed more people than all the wars put together, so many things put together. So, all the people in drunk driving, all the plane crashes combined. Is that a lot? One jumbo jetliner with 400 passengers, if it were to crash, or 250 passengers, crashes in one day, whole America, world is freaked out. Because of what? More people die in a day from heart disease. But we don't freak out over that. Right? One man goes and kills 3 people, they want to give him the death sentence. Why don't we give the death sentence to cholesterol? You know? And to the drug medications, and to the pharmaceuticals. Revelation 18, verse 24, I believe it is, tells us, by thy sorceries, referring to the beast power, which we know is the Roman Catholic Church, and we should not be ashamed to say that. In Revelation 18:22, we are told as a people, not 22, 24, 23, it says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. Where do they light candles? In a church, right? And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. Where do people get married?
Church.
Well, nowadays they're doing drive-bys in Vegas. You can get a Coke with your certificate. And that's sad because that's a mockery to the institution that God put on marriage. The voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. The word sorcery in the Greek concordance is pharmakia. Jesus said, let no man do what? Deceive you. So should we be involved in pharmaceuticals if they deceive the people? You know, I have relatives who are on medication for depression. It numbs them to where they don't feel guilty for anything. But when they weren't on it, they felt guilty for everything. They should have run to Jesus, right? For cleansing. Amen. So the number one cause of death is drug medication. And in page 452, it says, there are more who die from the use of drugs than all who would have died of disease had nature been left to do her own work. So drug medication is no joke. Now, if everyone should all be medical missionary, all of us should what? We should know how to do what? And that's what these classes are for, right? And as I said yesterday, for those who weren't here, we are going, when we finish these classes, you guys are coming up here to teach, not me. Because we have to all know and understand. Well, we have to go through all the classes in detail. Because remember, we have to speak the same things. It has to come from the spirit of prophecy. Now, if all of us should be medical missionaries, what should all of us have?
A kit.
We should all have a kit. Whenever I go traveling, I always take my kit. Now, I had a suitcase, a small one, but it was given away by accident. And it had a lot of stuff in there, but the Lord is blessing. Okay, this is colloidal silver. I love this stuff. I had a sore throat. Sore throat is gone. This is tea tree oil. It's antifungal. This is just my little kit for right now. Activated charcoal. I have a big thing at home. I carry a little bit with me at a time. Who knows what this is?
Cayenne pepper.
Amen. Cayenne pepper. What does this do?
Stop
Saves
heart
lives.
attacks.
Stops heart attacks. Stops strokes. Yeah, it stops bleeding. We really should carry a big bag of it because somebody could be stabbed or shot. This is lobelia tincture. Remember I was telling you about it? This can stop shock. If you give a tincture, a dropper of this and a dropper of cayenne. This is my CPR mask. One thing I highly recommend everyone in this class do, if you're not already, I have to renew it, is get CPR certified. Because with the laws today, if you're not CPR certified, you can be sued. But if you are CPR certified and you're helping, you're covered under what's called the Good Samaritan Act.
They still can sue you.
What'd you say?
They still can sue you under
Yeah,
the
but you're
act.
covered. You're covered. Cayenne tincture. This is for, I use the powder, but this is for emergencies. This is peppermint oil. What's peppermint oil good for?
Nothing much.
Respiratory.
Headaches.
What'd you say?
Also headaches.
Headaches. It's good for congestion, for opening up your lungs, for bronchitis and asthma and all kinds of stuff. Mixed with the eucalyptus oil. I have clove oil. What's that good for?
Gum sore.
And I keep vitamin C powder with me. I forgot to put some in here. And grapeseed, grapefruit seed extract is excellent to keep on you. Oil of oregano for emergency purposes. You know, so every one of us should have a kit. And we should have, I'm going to show you guys this. These are my MedSurg scissors. It's like the fourth pair I've had to buy in several years. But why would we carry MedSurg scissors? Dressing changes. What if somebody got bit by a spider, or what if somebody has a wound, a gaping wound or something? You need gauze, right? You need an ace bandage maybe, and you don't have those little things, or you need a piece of Curlex, which is like gauze, but it's a roll, and you have to cut it. You need scissors. And does anyone know what this is? I know you do, Sister Letty. So don't say anything. I want to see if anyone knows.
A light.
What kind of light? That's right. It's called a pen light. And you get this from any pharmacy. This was $4. And you know why I recommend everyone carry one of these? It shows you how big the pupils are, what millimeters those are, the pupil. Too big is not good. Too little is not good. So this is how you tell. But what you do is when you check the eyes, if they don't dilate, it's called PERRL, which is what you want to look for. Let me write that down. And if we run out, that's okay. I'm just going to do a few more minutes. PERRL is the acronym. It means pupils equal round, reactive to light. That's what the L is for. If your child bumps their head, you don't want to rush them to the doctors to get checked and see if there's something neurologically wrong with them. You want to check their pupils. And when you check the pupils, they're reactive to light. Meaning, when you put the, can I have somebody here for a moment sit down for me so I can just use them as a, you want to come up here, Sister Vivian? Sure. Just going to show you. Maybe we can move it over here showing me. Okay, now we're in the light, right? Normally this is done in a dark room. So what you do is you cover their eye. You cover their eye, and when you move the eye, You have the light to the left side.
Turn her around.
Go around her. this
Turn
way.
her around.
Oh, turn around, sorry. Okay, you cover the eye, so she has darkness, but keep your eyes open. Then what you do is, you turn your light on, all right? And then you move, keep your eye open. Now her pupil closed, because the light was in it. Then when you go in the dark, the pupil opens, so because you're in the dark, you need to see. If the pupil doesn't change sizes, that is a sign possibly of a neurological problem. You also want both pupils to be the same size. You don't want them to be too big. I believe drug addiction is several things. If you're using drugs or other things, causes them to be too big. Also, they can be too small. Small is constricting, large is dilating. But this is a way you could check your own kids. You know kids, they play rough and they bump their head. I know some mothers, they get the slightest bump and they're in the ER. And they're in the ER every month because kids play rough. But it's good to have a pen light. And if somebody bumped their head and you're at their house, check their eyes, check their pupils. These are things that we can learn more about this. Now, can I have another, maybe will you come up here? Now, does anyone know what the ABCs of circulation is of CPR? You have A, airway, B, breathing, and C, circulation. You might go into somebody's house who's literally passing, who's dying. You have no idea. This is what you check for. Are they breathing? You listen to their, put your ear over their mouth, look at their chest. Is it rising? That's the most important thing. And you want to tilt their head so their pipe is straight. Airways, number one. Breathing. So make sure the airway is open.
Yes.
Breathing. Now, I'm not here to do a CPR class. I'm just here to teach you some basics. But every one of us, if you're going to be a medical missionary worker, you really need to be certified. I really agree you should have a certificate. So whatever you do, you're covered. Okay? And circulation. Now, we'll be covering this in a minute on how to check a pulse. They do the carotid. I'm going to teach you guys the wrist today. But before we do that, Mabel, can you stand here? So ABC. We're going to do, wait, sit down for one more minute. Sorry. Heimlich maneuver. Besides Lethe and Tony, has anyone in here heard of that? Okay, y'all have heard of it. Let me read a little bit about it, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very simple. This is Volume 2, Family Medical Guide. These are Seventh-day Adventist books. And it's also, CPR is in the Natural Remedies Encyclopedia. It's called the epigastric thrust, because that's the part of the stomach. Heimlich maneuver. If the victim is conscious, have him stand or sit. Position yourself behind him and place the thumb side of your fist against the abdomen, just above the umbilicus, but below the lower end of the breastbone, which is called your xiphoid process. And I'll be showing you how to do it in a moment. Grasp your fist with your other hand and pulling inward, give 4 quick upward thrusts. If the victim is lying on his back, straddle the hips or thigh with one hand on top of the other. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Will you turn around for me? Can we take this off? If they had it on, I'd keep it on, but you're not passing out. Somebody's choking. This is a sign of choking, okay? If they're saying they're choking but words are getting out, they're not choking. But if they're turning blue in the face or they're doing this, that's a sign they need help. And when I was 13 years old, was choking. And I was scared to death. It's a scary feeling. You're about to drop dead because you're losing your breath. Come here. The breastbone, touch your breastbone. That's called your xiphoid process. You don't want to mess with that. Now, when you do CPR, you will do that, and a lot of times you're going to break the rib cage. What you do is you go 2 inches above the umbilicus, the belly button. Where's your belly button? Right there? Show me. Okay. You want to go about 2 inches, but you want to be below the breastbone. You put your thumb inside your fist, and you stick your fist against this. And you grab here, and what you do is you go in and up, like that. Sorry. I'm going to do it 1 time, but you're supposed to do it 4 times. But you see how you got that breath came out of you? It literally